going on, guys? In this video, I'm gonna show you how to set up a Facebook dynamic product ad. This campaign type sucks in sales like a vacuum cleaner on steroids, right? This is honestly one of the best product feature that Facebook has ever deployed, right? So I'm gonna show in this video, I'm gonna show you how to set it up properly to where you suck in those sales for your brand, for your company, right? In addition, I'm gonna show you some examples of this campaign objective in play in terms of like the revenue and the sales and the purchases that it generates set up properly, as you will learn in this video. By the way, my name is Frank Kenny, owner of Lion Media, an advertising company, right? I've spent over $5 million on Facebook advertising, and I want to share as much of the knowledge that I've learned with you guys so you guys don't have to suffer, right? And you guys don't have to go through a painful learning experience, much like I did, and you don't have to waste a lot of budget in the process, right? Without further ado, let's jump straight into it, and let me show you how to set up a Facebook dynamic product ad. Boom. All right. So we're in the Facebook dashboard, right? So the first things first, right? And if you've watched the previous video that I deployed within this series, it shows you how to set up a Facebook ad campaign properly, right? Making sure you have the right campaign objective, making sure that you're setting up your audiences accordingly, making sure that your ad is set up properly to really squeeze out conversion for your brand, for your company, right? And so to set up a Facebook dynamic product ad, firstly, with the campaign objective, it's the same as the previous video that I've deployed. You want to pick the sales conversion action, right? Boom, set up sales. And then you'll see these two options, right? And then we'll talk about Advantage Shopping campaign in a later video. But for now, to set up a dynamic product ad, you want to set manual sales campaign, right? So you want to set it up manually so you have more control of what it is that you want to actually set into place, right? And so obviously for the name, you can set it up, dynamic product ad or conversion dynamic product ads. And so that's sometimes how I like to sometimes how I like to name it, right? And so this is very important. Within the sentence over here where it says like the campaign details, obviously you want to leave it the buying type at auction, and then the campaign objective is sales. Catalog. Select the catalog to reach the people likely to engage with your product. You want to switch this on, right? Now, when you switch this on, you see that now you have this option of you to select a specific catalog from your store. Now, let's backtrack a little bit. Prior to you even seeing this option, you would have need to connect your Shopify store. If that's where you're hosting your website, your e-commerce website, your direct-to-consumer website, you would have need to connect your Shopify store with Meta. Right? In this way, Meta can pull in all your catalogs from your Shopify into its product catalog, right? And so that's for, you can continue in the process of showing specific dynamic products as you'll be learning within this video. So you need to set this up prior to even getting to the section, right? Now that, saying that you have set this up, right? And you come over here, you select specifically which, since like we have multiple, catalogs over here from different clients, right? So we have some from like, makeup brands, we have some from like makeup brands, things like that, Essence, some from like fashion brands. But, I'm gonna select this one over here. This is the example that I'm gonna show you. This one is a food snacking company, right, that we work with. And so you selected a specific product that is related to your brand, right? I mean, you should really only have one. And the reason why I have multiple is because, we have multiple catalog that we have access to and we manage, right? And so you have selected a specific one for your brand. Cool, perfect. Let's go on to the next step, Advantage campaign budget. So as I said before, I always like to turn this one on, right? To where you set your campaign, you set your budget on the campaign level, right? As opposed to manage it individually on the asset level, on the audience level, where you're selecting your different audiences, right? Leave the budget at 100. Depending on what your budget is for the month, you want to, calculate that and see how much you need to spend on a daily basis to, to accumulate to that monthly budget, right? So $100, right? And sometimes when you have like a really low budget, it can take a long time to see results. The more budget that you have, the faster you're going to see conversion, the faster you're going to see results, right? So leave it $100 on a daily basis. Boom, that's essentially it. Let's go on to the next section. This section right here, it's really one of the most important aspects of making sure you're setting up your dynamic product ad correctly, right? Now, it says product sets. Now, you can customize your product sets, right? You can have, for example, a gift box. You can have a product set for maybe t-shirts, for for shorts, for pants, for dresses, for whatever. You can customize it so you can show specifically a specific set of product that you want to sell, right? So you can customize that. And so for this one, I'm gonna pick, for example, gift boxes. Boom, I've selected gift boxes at the product that I want to display within this campaign. Okay, perfect. Let's go on to the next step. Audiences. Now, this is very important. So you see over here, you have two selection in terms of like the audience in this specific section over here, right? You have one for prospecting, find prospective customers, right? And then you have one for remarketing, retarget ads. We'll talk about both of this. So within the prospecting one, you're finding people that has the highest likelihood, the propensity of converting and purchasing your product. And how this works is this. It's so important for you to understand that Facebook, within this campaign objective, Facebook will show your ads, your products to customers that are in the market for your specific product. Meaning those customers that your ads will be shown to, they have either visited one of your competitors' website or they are searching actively within Meta for your specific product type, right? Meaning they're in the market for that specific product, whatever your product is, right? And so those are the people that Facebook would choose or Meta would choose to show your ads in front of, right? And so this is why this works so well. It's showing your product to people who are searching for your product, right? And so it's highly, highly effective. That's what prospecting is. And for retargeting, right? When you pick this option over here, and I'm gonna show you how to set up both, but we'll focus on the prospecting one for now. Boom, you select the prospecting one, and then you wanna, if you wanted to do a custom audience are essentially creating like audiences of the data that you've accumulated. People who have visited your website, people that follow your pages, people who have interacted with your page, people who have added specific products to in their carts, people who have viewed a specific page, right? And then you also have your lookalike audience. If you don't know what lookalike audience is, upon your base audience that you have created, you created an audience of everybody that have visited your website within the last 30 days, right? And thus, the next step with that is creating a lookalike audience based upon everybody that has visited your website within the past 30 days, right? And so what Facebook would do, it will match all the criteria of these people that have visited your audience, right? Obviously, you don't see all this data. Facebook knows all this. It's just a matter of you creating that audience. And so it will replicate as much as possible of the different touch points, like the demographic, the psychographic, things that, all of these things, they will match that and create a lookalike audience, brand new audience that you can prospect. So powerful, in case you don't already know about it. So you can select that. For example, for this one, I'm gonna select a lookalike audience, a 3% lookalike audience of customer list. Highly, highly valuable audience to target, right? And so I've selected this for one of my custom audience. Obviously, you want to make sure you're targeting the right, the specific location in which you are in. So United States. Boom. So I've selected that, right? We don't want to do Italy. And then you always want to make sure people living in the United States, not people that are living or who have lived in the United States. You don't want to waste budget and showing people your product that are not in your specific location, right? And if you already know who your target demographic is, then you can go ahead and select that over here. But I like to leave it open. Right? Don't leave any don't leave any chances. And then boom. Detailed targeting, right? So like I said, I've paired in already. So I have my lookalike audience. I'm also gonna pair that with a detailed targeting audience, right? So for example, this is a food snacking company, right? So I'm gonna do snacking. Boom, audience snacking, food and drinks. Okay, cool. That's pretty similar to our target audience. And then I'm gonna click suggest, and it's gonna give me similar audiences to the snacking and food and drinks, right? Okay, let me just look. Ooh, snack food, boom. Like that. Okay, what else? Organic food, yes, this is definitely organic products, right? And then let's see, natural food, yes, this is definitely natural. Let's see what else. Snack mix, yes, this is a very good audience to target for the specific brand. And then what else do we have? Continue to start pairing those. And then you also have, I'm gonna leave it as that, right? Right? And then you can see the audience size, it's 3 million, right? It's 3,800,000. And so boom. And so here's another thing to really pay attention to, really consider. So you have this advantage details targeting, right? So essentially by selecting this, which I've tested this and I like to turn it on, Because if you read what it says, reach people beyond your detailed targeting selection when they're likely to improve performance, right? I mean, it makes sense, right? So if I don't have a specific, audience over here, and I think and Facebook thinks that this audience is going to perform well, it's going to show our ads to those people, right? To that audience, right? So boom, I always like to select that. In addition to what I always like to select Advantage plus placement. So essentially, Facebook puts our ads in all of the placement, right? In all placement, Facebook, the Facebook newsfeed, Instagram newsfeed, the stories, the reels, like everywhere, right? It shows our ad over here. See, pay attention to this over here. Optimization and delivery. Facebook can be very sneaky at times. I don't know why they like to do this, but it can be very sneaky at times. So if you look at what the optimization ad delivery is, it says link clicks, right? This is very similar to the link clicks objective, right? We don't want to show our ads to people that are just going to click on it. No, we want to show our ads to people that are going to actually convert. So therefore, we want to put the conversion event. Boom, you selected that. Cool. You're all set on this place. Now you go on to the next step, right? Which is the ad. Make sure you have the specific pages, right? You have the Facebook and Instagram page selected, right? And then boom, Advantage, creative catalog set to play. If you read what it says, automatically optimize your ad format, creative, and destination for each person when you use the catalog. Yes, we want that. Similar to this one as well, more to add. So help people discover your products when they show commercial intent. Kind of what I explained to you before, right? Facebook is or Meta is going to show your ad to people with the highest likelihood of conversion. They've seen your competitor's ad, or they visited their website and they've seen a specific product, but they just didn't purchase, right? So they're in the market for a product similar to yours. Boom. So I like to select that. Boom. This is just like your catalog, the gift one that we've selected, right? And then obviously over here, you want to make sure that you have the copy to that, right? And then for the headline, you can leave just the product name, right? It's going to pull in the product name dynamically, or you can delete that and just type in something, that's more suited to it. And then the call to action description, you can include a description, maybe like free shipping or whatever it may be, right? Just something important that may be related to the product. You can add in description dynamically. You can add in like the name, the brand, description, or if you have it pulls in the description of the product with this. And then call to action, shop now, destination, Advantage destination, right? And then website URL. You can put obviously, you would need to put the website URL, but keep in mind that with the dynamic product, right? If somebody clicks on a specific, if this is a t-shirt, right? This is like one specific product, right? If somebody clicks on that one specific product, Facebook is gonna take them to the destination where of the product, where they can just focus on that product, not a collection page or anything like that. It's gonna take them, if it's a t-shirt, a specific t-shirt style, it's gonna take them to that specific t-shirt, right? To where they can directly purchase without being distracted by multiple other products, right? So that's something to note about this. And then you don't have to really worry about this. This is for if you're like doing like app, if you're trying to get people to select the app. And then boom, you always want to make sure that you have your web event. You selected the right pixel, right? Boom, we've selected the right pixel. And then honestly, just as long as you make sure that you have your UTM parameter, as I talked about in the previous video, you are all set. You are good. This is all set. You just publish your ad, right? Let me show you an example of another account that has the specific campaign set up, right? So if you're looking up here, I'm gonna cover like their name, just to kind of keep their privacy. But this is exactly the product, the campaign strategy that I showed you, right? Like we have this one is a Dabber add to cart, this one is a Dabber CBO, and then this one is a DPA, this one's for retargeting, right? So let's look at this one specifically. Let's look at how, like this, let's do this. Let's look at this one over here, right? This is the Dabber CBO, and this is looking at the past 30 days. Let's see how it performed. If you look at the ROAS, its ROAS performance is at 527%, right? 527%. Let me do this. Right, yep, selected on that. If you look at how many purchases in the last 7 days, 74. How much revenue has generated? $9,141.33. This is such a powerful campaign strategy that you need to deploy. This one is the prospecting one. This one over here, the one that has 64 purchases and generated $7,000 in revenue. And the bottom one is the retargeting. The retargeting one, which is $74, which is 74 purchases. Totaling revenue $9,141.33, right? Like this campaign works extremely well, right? So you always need to make sure this is part of your campaign strategy, right? Obviously, there's multiple campaign strategy to like scaling an account, right? But this is always one that performs again exceedingly well, and you don't want to make sure that you always have this set in place. Guys, hopefully this was helpful. This is like very essential to really just scaling and growing and properly setting up your account for success. If this video was helpful for you, please like, give a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel. If you have any question upon what we talked about, anything related to Facebook, drop them down in the comment, and I'll be sure to answer.